Hello and welcome to Game 5 of the third week of the PWL season. After today, the season will officially be halfway through. I'm your commentator, Joe Adams, and because my longtime commentating associate, John Smith, recently contracted AIDS for obvious reasons, and so for the foreseeable future, I will be accompanied by a new commentator, Jaquilliam.
Thanks, Joe. I'm happy to be here. Let's see who's playing in today's game. Representing the Bethany Herons, soon to be Bethany Eagles, we all hope, is Simon Nichols. Playing for the Hillsborough Highlanders is free agent Logan Allen, playing in his debut game just as Caden Adams did for the Highlanders last game.
Let's hope Allen performs better than Adams did. For the Rose City Wreckers' second free agent in this game, Daniel Winkle, also playing his debut game. We have two people in this Week 3 match who have never played a PW game before. Actually, make that 3, as the Cedar Mill Shockwave are represented by 5th rounder, 28th overall, Benno Xanthos, a rostered player also making his debut tonight.
Playing for the Beaverton Ballers is heavy favorite, the number 3 ranked player in the entire league, 4th round pick, 23rd overall selection, Ryan Cheddar Heilman. And finally, for the Aloha Gladiators is Camille Jorgensen.
With the introductions out of the way, let's get to actually commentating on this game, as we've missed the first 2 rounds where Daniel Winkle and Simon Nichols got out, which means we're down to our final 4 already. Camille Jorgensen starting as server, and a good serve receive from Benno Xanthos. Let's see where this game's going to take us. Ryan Hellman to hit. Everyone knows he's pretty dangerous as he puts a power hit on, but Camille Jorgensen is able to receive. Oh, and right there, Ryan Hellman gets out the king, Camille Jorgensen, who is now out, and now we're down to our final 3.
Oh, and looks like the ball has slowed down here. Finally comes off, and Cheddar misses the table. I cannot believe this.
I cannot believe that Ryan Heilman, the 3rd ranked player in the league, I believe, is already out. That is just completely unheard of, which means now we have our final 2 here between Logan Allen, already doing much better than Caden Adams and Benny Xanthos. Okay, that's serve 1 on Logan Allen. Take that point, Logan Allen. Continuing to serve is Logan Allen, who is the starting king for match 2. Receiving is Ryan Hellman. We know how dangerous he can be on those serve receives. See it right there. And right there, another elimination for Ryan Hellman, as Camille Jorgensen is the next out. Not a great start for her so far.
Yeah, receiving from Ryan Hellman can be really difficult sometimes. But let's see how Simon Nichols can handle it. Oh, and he cannot.
That's 3 straight eliminations for Ryan Hellman now, and looks like Benno Xanthos might be next on the chopping block. Let's see what happens next. Okay, looks like a pretty easy to receive hit there, so Benno Xanthos stays alive for now. A good hit there from Ryan Hallman. Logan Allen doing some pretty weird types of hits here with the way that he hits the ball, but it's working. And as I say that, I think I might have jinxed him as Logan Allen gets out, which means our championship round is between returning Benno Xanthos and Ryan Hallman.
Benno misses the serve. Let's see if he can stand up to the powerhouse that is Ryan Hallman. Oh, fast hit from Chad. Oh my goodness. And just great returns from Benno overall.
You can kind of see them both using the same hitting as like that spiral motion as the ball gets over to them.
Oh, and we're on the short side of the table now. Really just waiting for a quick hit like that one. And once again, just great returns from Benno. But he could not hold on to it, and Cheddar finally gives him a fast hit that he could not return.
That's right. Jaquillian, we've reached 1/3 mark of this game, and I can't believe how close this game is.
That's right, Joe. We have 3 players all tied in first, with free agent Logan Allen doubling the score of fellow free agent Caden Adams, who played for the Highlanders last game. Fellow first-game player Benno Xanthos and third-ranked player Ryan Heilman all tied in first with 8 points each.
We also have a tie for 4th, the next highest spot right now, between Camille Jorgensen and Simon Nichols of the Gladiators and Herons.
That leaves free agent Daniel Winkle in last, as he placed 6th in matches 1 and 2 to score 0 points thus far.
Still, there's plenty of opportunities to turn scores around, so let's see how this all pans out starting in match 3. Starting as the server for match 3 will be the Rose City Wreckers player, Daniel Winkle. It looks like, did we just see that correctly? Did Logan Allen just, or no, that was Simon Nichols. My apologies, folks at home. That was Simon Nichols who just got out for his first round exit of the game, which means now we're down to 5 people. The scorekeeper comes out to make sure the order of play is remaining consistent. Camille Jorgensen coming over to the other side of the table, and here looks like Daniel Winkle is getting ready to serve.
Very good serve from Daniel Winkle. Great return, and the ball is now live. With Cheddar hitting to Daniel, can he receive it? And he cannot. Misses the entire table.
Yeah, it's unfortunate placing for Daniel Winkle. The Wreckers normally receive from the ballers quite often. You know, he has to be after Ryan Hallman for a good portion of this match, so that could possibly explain why he's had such a low-scoring game thus far. But now we're down to our final 4 here, with the Shockwave, Highlanders, Ballers, and Gladiators still remaining. A good hit there from Camille Jorgensen, putting a little bit of power there, but Ryan Hallman is able to receive. Logan Allen tries to do the same, but he's just obviously not as good at ping pong as Camille Jorgensen is, and he gets out 4th.
Oh, power hit from Cheddar, and Benno's able to receive that quite well. And it looks like that's just going to keep happening as Camille is giving him big hits for great setups. Everyone's just running around the table very frantically, just trying to stay in. And Benno messes it all up.
Yeah, Benno Xanthos on a little bit of a self-destruct there, which means our championship match will be between Ryan Hallman, making his second top 2 appearance, and Camille Jorgensen. This is not only her first time outside the top 3, but also in the top 2. I think we all know who the heavy favorite is for this game, but Camille Jorgensen's been playing really good. And right there, Ryan Hallman gets himself out. What a turn of events. Obviously, he just wasn't as good looking as Camille Jorgensen is, as the Gladiators come over to celebrate. But we're going to get our next sponsor here, the Highlander Hot Dogs, the official food of the Hillsborough Highlanders. What do you think, Jaquillian?
Yeah, I really like Highlanders hot dogs. They're very large, great bang for your buck.
Very long and girthy.
Yes, exactly. That's why I love them so much.
Yeah, we all know that you love those, Jaquillian.
Yep.
So now we're going to be starting on match 4 here, where the starting server is none other than the Shockwave's Benno Xanthos. Ron Hallman doing a good hit. Logan Allen running over. And a really What a lucky hit there for Logan Allen, getting the previous match's champion out as the first elimination. A nice lucky hit there as it hits the indent in the table. Camille Jorgensen scrambles to try and get back to it in time, but it just wasn't enough.
Looks like the scorekeeper stepping in yet again, making sure that that order is staying right where it's supposed to be. Yep, Cheddar and Logan just had to switch sides. Now we're ready to start the game. Great serve from Benno. Good return from Daniel, and the ball is now live. Oh, great hit from Ched. Great return from Logan. That was really impressive. And now Cheddar was kind of on the wrong side of the table, but thanks to a slow hit, he's able to recover. And Cheddar just got Logan Allen out.
Unfortunately for Logan Allen, Ryan Hallman's just ripping through everyone here, which means now we're down to our Final Four. This is Simon Nichols' first time in the Final Four, and so I believe it's also Daniel Winkle's. And right there he gets out, put a lot of effort trying to get that ball in, showing some athleticism, but I mean receiving from Ryan Hallman eventually is just going to get you. Which means now we have Simon Nichols making his first top 3 appearance. Ryan Hallman making his, I believe this is his fourth straight, and Benno Xanthos making his 4th straight. But it looks like Benno Xanthos is going to get out first. I mean, Simon Nichols here in the top 2 against Ryan Hallman.
This is a surprising matchup, Joe. I was not expecting to see Simon go head-to-head with Cheddar anytime soon. Oh, and look at that. It's already over. Cheddar giving him a really hard hit. Very hard to return.
So at the end of match 4, let's see the tiebreakers from last time. Ryan Hallman shows why he's a top 3 player, taking sole possession of the lead for the Ballers on top of a match win and a second place in matches 3 and 4, moving up to 17 points. Not too far behind is Shockwave Benno Xanthos, who scores 14 on the back of back-to-back third place appearances.
In third place is free agent Logan Allen, who had a big drop-off from matches 1 and 3, scoring just 11 points thus far. Camille Jorgensen breaks the tie for 4th as she won match 3, but came last in match 4, moving up to 8 points.
Simon Nichols is bumped down to 5th with 7 points after a first-round exit in match 3, but a second place in match 4. That leaves Daniel Winkle in last with 3 points.
It's time to begin match 5. We'll be back to see the final standings after everyone has gotten as many points as they can.
Serving for match 5 is the Beaverton Ballers' Ryan Hallman, which means, as advantageous it is to be the starting king. And wow, I'm just going to interrupt myself right there. A great hit from Ryan Hallman that gets Logan Allen out again. He was doing okay. Oh, it looks like we're actually going to have a redo here. Yep, it looks like there was a body block on the play, potentially, which means we're going to get redo. Logan Allen just got... The Hillsborough Highlanders are probably really happy about that call, I'll tell you that much. But as I was saying before, well, never mind, I'm going to interrupt myself a second time as Camille Jorgensen gets out for her second 6th place in a row. And after a great start, that's not good. Benno Xanthos showing some confusion there on the play as he stares blankly at the camera. But as I was saying, hopefully I won't get interrupted a third time. I'm sure all these players are really happy that they don't have to receive from Ryan Hallman on a serve receive, and instead he's the one serving the ball.
That's really true, Joe. You got a great serve there. The ball's now live, and kind of weak hit from Benno. Oh, Daniel almost gets Simon Nichols out with a corner shot, but he's able to run over to it, and Logan Allen is out.
Yep, and we're all scratching our heads here in the booth with that hit. It didn't really look like he knew what he was doing, which means all these players are returning top 4s from last time. I think this is actually the same top 4 as last match. It's time to see. And whoa, Simon Nichols with a high hit. We all thought he was about to get out, but it hits the very corner of the table. Daniel Winkle doing a great hit as well, but Simon Nichols on fire as he receives that really strong corner hit. And Daniel Winkle is just making Simon Nichols move around. It's a battle between those two, and Simon Nichols apparently is the loser of that one as he gets out 4th place.
Yep, really embarrassing, Joe. But oh wow, the ball's already live, and great return from Daniel. And the ball has slowed down a little bit. just for Daniel to give Cheddar a great setup, but Cheddar misses the entire table.
I can't believe it, Jaquilliam. Ryan Hallman has scored his third place of the game, which means Daniel Winkle will be in the championship round against Benno Xanthos, who has made the top two for his third time today. But he's still looking for his first win. We're going to see if he can achieve that this match. Good hit to make Daniel Winkle move a little bit, and Daniel Winkle gets out right there as Benno Xanthos wins his first match of the day. That leaves our last sponsor of today's video and the last of our team food brands, the Ballers Bananas, the official food of the Beaverton Ballers, who are looking like they might be able to close out this game with a win.
Yeah, Joe. Much like the Highlanders hot dogs, the Ballers Bananas are very long, very girthy, great bang for your buck. Tastes very good.
That's right. Very, very tasty.
And they feel very good in your mouth.
So now we're going to be starting on the final match of the game. Everyone's going to be scrambling to get the most amount of points that they can. And the starting king will be the Aloha Gladiators, Camille Jorgensen.
Oh, and just like that, Ryan Cheddar Heilman is already out. Just hit it a little bit too hard, missed the table.
This is just hard to believe. Ryan Hellman, this is his first time outside of the top three. I can't believe that he actually got out.
Yeah, that's really surprising, Joe.
All of the other players collectively sharing a sigh of relief that now they don't have to worry about Ryan Hellman for the rest of this match. Starting the serve, Daniel Winkle the hit. Let's see what Benno Xanthos can do. A nice, stronger hit, but Logan Allen is able to receive it. What was Camille Jorgensen going to do with this ball? Just a pretty easy hit. Simon Nichols still on the table. And Daniel Winkle barely misses the ball. Maybe he hit it with his finger, I'm not sure, but now he's the next one out, which means we're down to our final four for the final match.
I'm sure all of these players are very happy that Ryan Hallman is no longer in the game. Really surprising that Daniel got out so early, and looks like Simon misses the serve. Kind of embarrassing, honestly. Wasn't that too hard of a serve, but here he goes. Oh, he hits it this time. And the ball is now live. Oh, very high setup from Logan, and Camille was able to capitalize on it and get Simon Nichols out.
That means now we have our final three here. Camille Jorgensen making her second top three of the game. Logan Allen making his third. And Benno Xanthos has never been outside the top three as he solidifies it this match. But Logan Allen gets out, and now Benno Xanthos has a chance to win another match, go back-to-back here, or Camille Jorgensen could get the fiver for the Gladiators.
Now, we'll see what happens here, Joe.
Oh, right there, Camille Jorgensen gets out, and Benno Xanthos wins match 6. What a great turnaround for him. So that's the end of the game. Let's see if there were any changes to how the standings look.
Places 6 through 3 all remain the same. Daniel Winkle came last, scoring 6 points, albeit with the 4th best statistical showing. And while he got a 2nd place in match 5, it wasn't enough to move him up.
Simon Nichols and Camille Jorgensen remain in 5th and 4th with 11 and 12 points respectively. Camille helped out greatly by a 2nd place in the final round. Free agent Logan Allen cements himself as a strong backup and potential roster caliber player with 15 points on a great performance, 5 eliminations and a regicide.
In a turn of events that nobody saw coming, 3rd-ranked player Ryan Hallman dropped to 2nd, partly because of a 6th place in the final match. Certainly not a clutch ending to an otherwise great game. Still, he scored an exceptional 20 points, the mark of greatness, and had by far the best statistical showing of the game. A ludicrous 13 eliminations and 6 regicides.
Despite not performing as well statistically, Benno Black Mamba Xanthos of the Cedar Mill Shockwave shows that he's got the Mamba mentality. He's got an X-Factor gene, a talent that you just can't train into a player. It has to come naturally. He's got the clutch drive as he wins back-to-back matches to dethrone the king and win the match for the Shockwave with 24 points with 6 eliminations and 2 regicides. This match belongs to the Shockwave.
Next, we're going to take a look at the team standings halfway into the season. The current team in the lead is the Cedar Mill Shockwave, taking first place with 238 points. With the second most eliminations and regicides with 74 and 24. Just 5 points behind are the Aloha Gladiators, sitting in second with 233 points, with a league leading to 82 knockouts and 25 regicides.
6 points behind Aloha with 227 is the Rose City Wreckers, who have the third most eliminations and regicides with 72 and 22. The top three is extremely close. In fourth is the Beaverton Ballers, 22 points behind Rose City with 205 points, with 69 eliminations and a tied third 22 regicides.
The Hillsboro Highlanders fall to fifth, no doubt after having their two best players miss their games. 16 points behind the Ballers with 189 points, with 62 eliminations and league lowest 14 regicides.
That leaves the Bethany Herons in last, 22 points behind Hillsboro with 167, with a league lowest 59 eliminations, but not the lowest regicides at 16. Now at the end of Week 3, we have the new standings for the top 5 knockouts leaders. Caden Fairhurst and Ryan Hellman remain in first and second from last week, with 51 and 40 knockouts across 3 games between them.
Ben Clement of the Herons moves up from 4th to 3rd with 37, and Tanner Jenkins of the Highlanders moves down from 3rd to 4th with 25. But we must remember how impressive it is that he's even here with one less game played than the others on this list.
Impressive indeed. Moving up from nowhere is the Shockwave's Jack Fairhurst with the 5th most knockouts with 24. I'm not seeing a single wrecker on this list, Jaquilliam.
That's because they suck, Joe.
Now we have our top 5 regicides leaders, Caden Fairhurst and Ryan Hellman in first and second once again with 20 and 14 respectively, and Ben Clement again in third as he moves up from 5th last week with 11.
2 newcomers to the list, Jacob Ham and Johnny Collier of the Wreckers and Shockwave, are 4th and 5th with 9 and 7 each. Also impressive for Jacob Ham, who's a game behind each player. I'm not seeing a single Highlander on this list, Joe.
That's because they suck, Jaquilliam. That leaves us with our new top 10 players, and it seems the list has changed a lot since the end of Week 2. Caden Fairhurst remains the league's best player and the Triple Crown holder for 3 weeks in a row, leading with 86 points, 51 eliminations, and 20 regicides.
The second-ranked player is the Ballers' Ryan Heilman, moving up from 3rd last week, tied with Ben Clement in points at 65. But wins the tiebreaker with the better statistical record with 40 eliminations and 14 regicides. That means Ben Clement moves up from 5th last week to be the new 3rd best player in the league, with 37 knockouts and 11 regicides.
The 4th place spot goes to Johnny Collier, also moving up 2 spots from 6th, with 60 points on 16 eliminations and 7 regicides. In 5th is Kane Edmonds, the only top 6 player moving down, as he's down all the way from 2nd. But here he is still in the top 5 with 57 points on 21 eliminations and 6 regicides.
The 6th place spot goes to Jack Fairhurst, meeting fellow Shockwave Johnny Collier here as he scores 54 points on 24 eliminations and 7 regicides.
And finally, the remaining top 10 players are 7th, Riley Graham, 8th, Jacob Ham, 9th, Jared Istuk, and 10th, Kean Dyer.
At the end of Week 3, the Cedar Mill Shockwaves have a whopping 3 top 10 players on their team. But the Gladiators, Ballers, and Wreckers also have 2 top 10ers themselves.
That leaves the Herons with 1 top 10 player who has been carrying their team, and the Highlanders without even 1, as their best players needed substitutions for this week. They'll have to play hard next week to get back into the top 10, Jaquilliam.
And with that, that's the end of Week 3. We'll see you back here for Week 4. I'm Jaquilliam.
And I'm Joe Adams, wishing John Smith a speedy recovery from his AIDS infection, and we'll see you next game.
Hey, I got 2 KOs. I got it also.
That's my fault. Give me that. Yeah.
Balzac.